Football Prime Time presented by Twisted Tea. What a game tonight we have as you're watching the American Conference on ESPN. Tulane has won the toss. They'll defer to Memphis. And Harry, we know the bona fides for Tulane at stake tonight, but Memphis has their own history they're chasing.
100%, Matt. And look, Memphis thought that they were going to be the team playing for an American Conference championship this upcoming weekend, but that has not stopped their hunger by any means at all. They can they could have consecutive 10-win seasons for the first time in their 108-year history. And last of his kind, 4-year starter at one program. Seth Hennigan told me that he wants to finish off the season and his Memphis career strong with a win tonight. They also know that they can hurt the playoff hopes for this Tulane team, so that adds a little bit of motivation tonight, guys.
Harry, great stuff. Thank you so much. Talent from Memphis on the field tonight. And that starts with their quarterback, Seth Hennigan. Coach, you heard Harry allude to it a second ago. A 4-year starter, check this, at the same program.
And a coach's son, he's done it every year. And I mean, he has weapons. He's got guys to throw to out there in the perimeter. He's a big pocket quarterback, strong arm, sees the field really well. But don't let it surprise you. With all the weapons, all the high-flying offenses, Memphis still wants to run the football.
You look at the winningest quarterback in Memphis history. The yards will keep track tonight. Can he be the all-time leading passer in American history? They're downwind to start. Hennigan going to take a shot, play fake, first play, incomplete, intended for Demir Blankumsey. Covered on the play by Michael Robinson and Jalen Geiger. And there you see it, Coach. When you have a quarterback and the skill position players that Memphis brings to the table, they can air it out. But you had mentioned Mario Anderson Jr. He'll be busy tonight.
Absolutely. And like we've talked about this is going to be an interesting game because these two teams are so similar. They win the right way. They're explosive offensively. They play defense, ball control. It's going to be a wild game.
And that is Anderson Jr. right up the middle. He has had a remarkable season, 16 touchdowns, second most in the American, well over 1,000 yards, brought down by Balin Despaney and Sam Howard. I mentioned downwind because it's been a windy day all day today in New Orleans, and right now in Yulman Stadium, it is pretty windy outside.
It is. I think it's going to have a serious effect on the kicking game tonight. The quarterbacks, and everyone wonders that way. If you throw a spiral, I think the spiral rips through the wind. Not as big an effect on the passing, but more on kicking.
So an early third down, blitz coming, snap before the play, or a flag before the snap, rather.
False start, offense, number 71, 5-yard penalty, third down.
Let's take a look at our impact players built by the Home Depot.
Yeah, and we talk about him, even though there's all these skilled players in Memphis. Mario Anderson, the running back for Memphis, they want to be physical. They want to run the ball. When you're physical and facing a team that wants to run the ball, Tyler Grubb, Sam Howard, the inside backers of Tulane, they are the leaders of this defense, the emotional and the playmaking leaders on the field for the Green Wave.
Third and 9 for Hennigan. Takes a shot, has a receiver. Rock Taylor. Big play by the big play receiver, has now caught a pass in 34 consecutive games. And how about that on third and 9 at 42 to Rock?
Yeah, and he's, we say he's got size. He uses his body usually as a possession receiver. See Seth Hennigan do a great job holding the safety with his eyes. And Rock Taylor's able to create separation, get behind the DBs, and you see his ability to play the ball in the air, adjust to that, and make that catch.
Last year against Tulane, 7 receptions, 108 yards. Hennigan, quick shot. It's Taylor again. Taylor had all kinds of space from the defense, brought down by Grubbs, and a gain of 9. Just like we thought, a running game.
Well, you see these teams, Matt, and that's what we're talking about. Like, we're coming into it. Is this going to be a ball control battle? Right. Is it going to be a shootout? Both of these teams, they can play the 17-14 ball control defensive game, and they can play the 52-51 shootout game.
There's Anderson. banging his way up for a first down for Memphis, brought down by Patrick Jenkins. And look, we're talking about the offenses in this game, but this Tulane defense now, 9 points combined the last 3 games. They've really hung their hat on that side of the ball.
Yeah, and have given up under 200 yards total offense in all those games. It wasn't just points. Complete domination by this defense in the last 3 games. So this is going to give Memphis some confidence on the opening drive, just being able to move the ball down the field.
Six-play drive for the Tigers opening up. Anderson trying to find some space on the left side. Good job by the Green Wave to stop him. Aiden Huntington for no gain.
Great job by Huntington coming down the line as the backside defensive end to close that off. Squeezing, defeating the block of the tight end, coming back and chasing down the line, squeezing down the line of scrimmage, make that tackle for no gain.
Anderson transferred in from South Carolina. One of the best runners in the conference. Brandon Thomas now checks in first time tonight, 2nd and 10. Hennigan to throw. Takes a shot to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete, intended for Kobe Drake. 2 Tulane defenders there with him. Another 3rd down.
Well, and you see those, like that doesn't seem like much as a boring play, but you see the experience Hennigan has. Pressure's on him. The play's not going to have time to develop. You're in the red zone. He knows where his guys are. He was throwing that away out of the back of the end zone to understand, I don't want to take a negative play down here in the red zone. Let's set up the next 3rd and 10.
Greg DeWosier now in the backfield from Memphis. Big early 3rd down. Here comes the pressure. Hennigan to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Memphis! DeWosier. And how about that start for the Tigers?
And this is the drive that you want. Look at the protection, and it's the time. This route took a little bit of time to develop. Hennigan feels the pressure, slides away from it, and gives DeRosier time to work on the corner move against man-to-man. Perfect throw over the outside shoulder, and a great opening drive and statement for Memphis.
Favorable matchup against Tyler Grubbs, the linebackers. Hennigan took advantage of it, 8 plays, 75 yards in 3 minutes and 56 seconds. All the attention's on Tulane. They're 9-2, but Memphis rolls in and says, hey, so are we. And they strike first. Seth Hennigan, the Tigers up on top. 55 yards. He came into the game needing 174 yards to become the AAC's career passing leader. Seth Hennigan, his dad, a high school coach at Denton Ryan and DFW area. So he knows what it's like being the son of a head coach to succeed at a high level. They're proud of their son here on Thanksgiving night.
Saw him at the hotel earlier today. They got a big playoff game Saturday night. Talked about the time he came out and visited us when I was an assistant at Florida to come spend some time with us. Talk some ball, drop some ball plays.
Denton Ryan's a power in DFW.
A couple of his players played for me.
So what a start for Hennigan in Memphis, one of the most decorated quarterbacks in conference history. Now we bring out Darian Mensah in this Tulane offense, who, you'll laugh when they say this, much like Memphis likes to rely on the ground game, and they'll do so with Mekhi Hughes, but it's been Mensah who won the job in preseason camp, the redshirt freshman from St. Louis Obispo in California, who's been really, really good so far this year. They're going to play fake it. First down. High throw, incomplete. Dante Fleming, the intended receiver.
And we talk about it. Both these teams do want to run the football and establish a run, but they have a tremendous amount of talent in the perimeter at the receiver position. Does Tulane's, as we just saw, as does Memphis. And so don't be shocked. Even though they want to establish the run, they're going to take shots down the field.
Yeah, these are 2 of the best backs in the conference between Anderson Jr. and Hughes. There's Mekhi Hughes there on 2nd down. He'll bang one right up the middle. I mean, you talk about these 2 running backs. Anderson Jr., he averages 5.7 yards a carry. Hughes, 5.5 yards a carry.
Yeah, I mean, you don't always, I mean, you have 2,000-yard rushers in the same game. I mean, these are two premier teams in all of college football.
So an early third down, first possession, Green Wave. Mensah over the middle. Good shot. Mario Williams, he's a speedster. Look out. And a big game for Tulane. He was all kinds of fired up in pregame, was Mario. That's a gain of 20 brought down by A.J. Watts.
Yeah, and a great job with picking up the blitz again to give Mensah the time and the protection. Let Mario work against man-to-man. He's so quick. Tough matchup. Boom, little head fake, puts the foot in the ground. Tough matchup in man-to-man coverage. It'll stay with him very long.
Cortland Morris just saw how quick the USC transfer is. Mackay on first down, physical up the middle for 2. And that's really what both of these teams will tell you. They say, look, we've got the quarterbacks that can throw, we've got the receivers that can catch, we've got the running backs that can set the tempo for all of it.
Yeah, I've been talking to both coaches. You're like, okay, hey, you guys, we're putting up the points, we do this. Like, no, we want to run the ball. And you're saying it's not going to be super up-tempo. We want to run the ball, we want to be physical. But that allows the big play action shots and the explosive plays to happen down the field. Their commitment to the run, both teams.
Mensah fake. Mensah up the pocket. He's going to get brought down. They'll credit them with a gain of 1. William Whitlow Jr. And now it's going to be another 3rd and 7.
Trying to take a deep shot across in midfield for the first time on play action. Mensah doesn't see it's there, steps up, tries to scramble up, gets the yard. Good defense, good discipline on the back end with the eyes of the secondary of Memphis.
Open down the middle. Big play again on 3rd down. That's Alex Bauman. And for the second time on this drive, a 3rd and long goes for 20 plus. That was for 23.
And a great play design right there by Tulane. You see that Bauman right up the seam. Well, the motion of the tailback, 2 Memphis defenders expanded with him, caused a little bit of confusion to the tight end side and allowed him that clean release up the seam and a great quick read by Mensah to get him the ball.
Both teams have combined 4 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. They know that's going to be a big part of tonight. Play fake rollout, deep over the middle, incomplete. That was intended for Fat Watts, who wins the name game tonight. 2nd down.
Hey, especially on Thanksgiving night.
Yeah. Like how many?
Everybody in the country's like, I can relate with him tonight as we're unbuttoning the top button to sit on the couch and watch his game.
How many Fat Wattses do we have watching? Raise your hand. That's PHAT, though. Pretty hot and tempting. Right up the gut, and a good job by Memphis. This Memphis defense, you know, something they've got the talent. They've given up some chunks and points this year, that Mond Cole. But they said the goal in these games, they want 8 knockouts. What's a knockout? A punt, a turnover, or a field goal?
That's to hold them to a field goal attempt, yeah. And they've done it. You see the tough one, as we've talked about, their 2 losses in the year have come in shootout games. They're saying, hey, if we can get a couple of those stops with the defense, we're explosive enough offensively that we should be able to win the game.
So Arnold Barnes, the 3rd now in, first appearance for him. Another 3rd down from Mensah. Time outside, has space if he wants it. Throws back across the middle, incomplete. That was intended for Yokeith Brown, and Mensah had some room to run to the right side, and they're going to send out the field goal unit.
Dangerous throw by Mensah right there. Down in the red zone. They've done such a great job protecting the ball all year long. You're a C. He has a bunch of room in front of him. He'd be better off as the quarterback. You pump fake, keep the defense in coverage, get the first down, move the chains. You don't need all of it right there. You just needed to get the first down. They're going to be talking about and showing that to him on the sidelines.
Patrick Durkin on, true freshman quarterback, took over the kicking duties. Week 11, 44-yard attempt is good. And Tulane able to get some points out of that opening drive. So both teams' success. The Green Wave That qualifies as a knockout, though. They held it to the field. It's a high-scoring offense, but a great job by Memphis and their defense to keep it to 3. Durkin knocks it through. Some points early. 7-3 from Yulman Stadium.
Where have you been?
North Pole.
Hey there, watch this. Boom!
What's in your wallet?
It's game time, and we're making a Twisted Tea drop.
Twisted Tea fans love football and the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Look out for these stickers to find great deals on vehicles backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, so you can start new traditions for years to come. Get 1.9% APR for up to 60 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Sportage and Sorrento vehicles.
The $7 Lux Cravings box has the Gordita Supreme? What is this, the 90s? The $7 Lux Cravings box, only at Taco Bell. Booyah!
Get your holidays delivered at the speed you need, only from the Home Depot.
It should cost $1 billion to look this good. I'm too busy.
Million Gold, the new fragrance by Rabanne.
At Macy's, the fragrance destination.
I'll show you the ropes, kid. Show you the ropes.
There it is.
I'll show you the ropes.
All the parts you need, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love.
We about to level up. We about to level up.
The next icon of vacations, Star of the Seas. Book today.
ESPN's Thursday Night College Football is presented by the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Please drink responsibly. And in part by Royal Caribbean. Come see.
Last night, our hard-working crew that makes all of this happen getting together at the team hotel for a little Thanksgiving dinner. Thanksgiving! As like I told him last night, thank you so much for everything they do for our crew. Dorian hanging out, having a big time tonight. And I told him last night at the dinner, I said, you guys do all the work. Our job is just not to show up and screw it up. As everyone's away from their families this Thanksgiving, it was a pleasure working with them all year. They do such good work for us every year, and we can't thank them enough for everything on this Thanksgiving. So here comes Seth Hennigan and crew. Quite successful drive, first time out for the Tigers.
Well, and that's what you want. When you're on the road, you're playing in this type of game. This is a veteran crew, and especially when you have a fourth-year senior starting quarterback like Seth Hennigan, you're going to come in confidence. You come in expecting to win big games. And that was the great start, because as we've talked about, this Tulane defense has been lights out the last 3 weeks.
The Wossier in the backfield, he caught the opening touchdown pass. He splits out again. Pressure on Hennigan. Hennigan's going to go down. There's Parker Peterson and Terrell Allen on the combo, and a loss of 7.
Quick step, real quick step by Allen, getting off the ball. Quick swim move. Able to get there, and they get to Hennigan fast on that. That was the first possession. Hennigan was able to have time. The line did a good job giving him protection to get the ball down the field. They got after him quick up front there.
Now 2nd and 17, setting up the screen to Anderson, sniffed out. sniffed out like that turkey at lunch. Matthew Fobbs White, and a loss of 1. Let's check in with Aaron.
Yeah, Matt, after that initial possession that Memphis had, Greg Gasparotto, the defensive coordinator for Tulane, had the guys on the iPads. We're going over what was happening on that previous possession. He told the guys, hey, look, focus on your technique. And the message was 7 points is not going to win this football game. Keep your composure.
Well, they have now 3rd and 19. Deep coverage quarters. They're just going to bang it right up with Anderson to chew as much back as they can. And that was a good adjustment by Tulane after the first possession for a gain 11. Tigers punt.
Absolutely. You come out, get that sack on 1st down, create the pressure. You do it with the up front, the defensive line up front. Create the 3rd and long situation. Safe call by Memphis to just punt, play field position. But a huge stop for that Tulane defense to create the 3-and-out.
Josh Sloan to punt. Dante Fleming deep. End over end. Fleming into it. Fair catch. 37-yard line. So a punt to 36. Good defensive stop for Tulane. They'll be back on offense when we return. A triple header of fun. All the rivalries you can want. Some Southern Fried Football. Tennessee at Vandy got back into the college football playoff rankings. Alabama coming off their worst loss of the season. They've got Auburn coming off their best win of the season. And for the first time since 2011, Texas and Texas A&M, and all it's for is a spot in the SEC championship. As former SEC member, Tulane gets the ball in their 2nd possession of the game.
Not everybody knows that trivia one of the old school Tulane.
And I should have waited to bust that out.
But there was mayhem in the SEC last week. Absolute mayhem. What could be in store for us this week?
Well, normally you'd say Tennessee and Vanderbilt decided, but Vanderbilt's been a thorn for everyone this year. You got Clemson, South Carolina. We've got that one noon Eastern ESPN. We'll be in studio.
That's a big one.
There's a lot. There's a lot of food on the table. Mensah, good shot, dropped. Dante Fleming had it and then steps, and he let it slip right through his hands.
Great read by Mensah, too. He rips this ball. Look at right on time into the seam. And Dante, well, I think, he in the open field, you see him pick his eyes up right there before he takes off running.
And he's fast, too. He would have caught that in stride. There would have been some room. There would have been some yak, like yams. 3rd down. Mensah time. More time. Wide open receiver to the right side of the field. Somehow Keith Brown was left unattended, and Memphis pays for it. Greg Rubin knocks him out, and Keith goes for 42.
What a great job with protection. And by Mensah to be able to find Keith Brown out here. And here you see he's going to be out in this part of the field, and he's going to get there just by patience. You see him, here he comes, floating back out to that part of the field, sitting there. Mensah understanding the route concept and where his guys are on the field, resets his feet late. Just the decision-making, the intelligence to know where his guys are. Great play.
Mensah, all kinds of time to throw. He's going to roll out and boot it to Bowman. And Bauman gets knocked out by Watts. Crowd wants a flag. No can do. Gain of 5. It was Yoki's longest catch of the season.
Yeah. Oh, just saying a little happy Thanksgiving.
It's a little love tap.
Yeah.
Huh. There were so many of those in the dinner tables across America today. Arguments about football and other things. Play clock down at 2. Handoff to Mackay. Tries to get outside. Good job by Memphis to string him out. Davion Ross brings him down. That was Arnold Barnes the third.
Another big third down here. Memphis was able to create the last possession, the bend but not break down here into the red zone. If they can hold, they need to try to hold them to another field goal attempt here on this 3rd and short.
So 3rd and 2, 3 of 4 on 3rd down tonight. They bring in an extra offensive lineman, 6 big fellas. Hughes in the backfield. And that's Hughes off the left side. And he will get the first down with a gain of 4. I love that they got under center, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, hey, get under center, you put the extra lineman in, you're not going to fool anybody. You got a great running back. We're going to run some power football.
We have
motion over the extra the blocker and make it happen.
We had 2 throwbacks tonight. We got a 4-year start at the same program, and we got quarterbacks lining up under center.
Huddling, and
I'm thankful for that. 1st and goal. Hughes. Good job by Memphis. That was Chandler Martin, the team leader in tackles with 90. 2nd in the AAC with sacks. He's one of their best defenders, if not the best. And a gain of 2.
And as you see, these teams, and we'll talk about it, the huddle, not the hurry up we see from a lot of teams, the ability to go run some power football, change things up. I think it's what's made them successful. They know who they are and they stick to their plan.
The mouthpiece plug in the helmet. 2nd and goal. Mensah. Off his spot. End zone. Touchdown. Tulane. Mario Williams. And how about the green wave? There was some intent on that drive. 8 plays, 63 yards, 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Great drive by the Tulane offense right there. And it's the ability to go convert the 3rd down, staying on the field, keep the drive alive.
And when you see what Tulane's done for the season, they came in averaging 227 rushing yards, 207 passing yards. All of this is to say they're very balanced. They were 4 rushes, 4 runs on that drive.
Yeah, and you're going to see Mario Williams come all the way across the field on the play, but it's Mensah, the time he has in the pocket. You're going to see he's open now, but Mensah just slides. He didn't have a window to throw it to him. He knew he had to kick and slide to find a throwing lane. He's open, doesn't have that lane. I'm going to slide so I have a better angle to make the throw. Finds his big play, Mario Williams, the transfer from Southern Cal, in the back of the end zone, running the over route, and a great drive by the Tulane offense to take the lead.
I tell you what, Williams is fun to watch in pregame, and he's fun to watch playing football. He is an electric player for first-year head coach John Sumrall. He's got so much talent on both of these teams. We knew this game would be an entertaining one.
Get 50% off select toys at Target to wrap up more gifts for under the tree.
I just QR coded this graphic so hard right now. Do some shopping up here in the booth at halftime.
Sorry, like with the Black Friday, are you would like show up at midnight tonight after the game? You could just head right to the store. No,
I'm gonna show up at bed. Oh, it is New Orleans. Maybe
well, you can find something to do in New Orleans.
Early
tonight.
flight. I'm capable. So 1st and 10, Memphis. The give on first down right up the middle of that defense. That was DeWosier. He's had an active first quarter and a gain of 4. And they don't have to snap it if they don't want to, Memphis. And 15 seconds left. Looks like they'll be content with flipping the other side of the field.
Yeah, and that's like we talk about these teams. It's not, hey, let's run as many plays. It's run our deal. We're going to be physical, run the ball. We have the ability to be explosive, as you've seen with these receivers. But both of these teams are going to come after you on the offensive and defensive side of that ball all night long.
Know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your spelling first before taking off your shirts.
Stu, Virginia.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Hey, what's up? I'm the W.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Kind of needs to be more squiggly. Perfect. So now, do you have a driver's license?
Oh, what did you get us?
With the click of a pen, you can get a new Volkswagen at the Sign Then Drive event. Lease a 2024 Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing. Limited inventory available.
Gold Peak tea is brewed from the top leaves of the tea plant because they're the best ones, in my opinion.
My apologies to the rest of the leaves!
While you were away, there were some developments.
Opening drive was good, and the second drive by offense, got behind the 6, and we can't do that. We hit ourselves, and then giving up the explosive pass. Obviously, the defense is doing a nice job versus the run. That's what Tulane wants to do, but we got to be able to handle the pass a little bit better.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Hi, guys. Thank you. Coach and Harry, start of the second quarter here in New Orleans, 10-7 Tulane. Memphis' third possession of the game. Scored on the opening one, 3 and out in the last one. That's the give to Mario Anderson right at the gut. He creases it. Anderson Jr. And a gain of 14. That's how you start the drive.
Yeah, and as you said, Matt, and Coach disappointed with it, but hey, 2 decent first drive. But this is what they want to do. You look at the physicality. They'd be able to run the ball between the tackles. Anytime, every defense wants to stop the run. So if you're able to run the ball, it opens up and creates all the matchups you want all over the field.
Thing that I love that they told us about Anderson Jr., he came in right away as they're going to fake the end around. Hennigan's going to look to throw, brought down. Patrick Jenkins. And we saw pressure on Hennigan on the second possession. You're seeing it again in a loss of 2.
But a great job by the Tulane secondary creating the double teams. Both guys were doubled down the field. They're going to go with the hard play action pass and try to fake the run. You fake the run, you fake the reverse to let everything set up. And off the play action, there's just nowhere for Hennigan to go with the ball and no time as Jenkins gets the rush on him.
2nd and 12, trying to get some of it back. Good cut. Mario Anderson Jr. gets it all back with his legs. What a run by number 2. The story is about to tell on him. He comes to Memphis right away, transferred to South Carolina, and he said that he led the team from minute 1, so much to the point where he was so aggressive with his leadership. They're like, hey, man, we love it, but you just got here. And now he's proven it with his legs all season, and they'll give it to him again after a gain of 16.
But here, you watch the runs and his ability to stretch the line of scrimmage, make the cut, and get vertical. We saw him, you see him before the game. He is put together. He has a thick lower half and the power running, but also the quickness to make the cut and make you miss in the hole to make him a complete back. And he's a great receiver out of the backfield.
Just a complete player. Summerville, South Carolina, 2nd and 6. Hennigan, pressure coming over the middle, caught. That'll be a first down, Memphis. Caught by Rock Taylor, gain of 10.
Rock plays the X position for him, and they're looking for him. You're going to leave him one-on-one. Hennigan's going to go look for him and find him out there on the field and take advantage of that matchup, whether it's going deep or Throwing the curl route we just saw there. Let him be a route runner and use his size and his hands.
It's Brandon Thomas up the middle. Not much going there. And you got to give Silverfield and this Memphis football program credit. The day and age of the transfer portal, everyone throwing money. You can't tell me that there weren't teams trying to get Hennigan, trying to get Blankumsey, trying to get Rock Taylor. These guys all come back for their senior year to try to do something special. That's a hats off to them.
It really is. You know, and I mean, and to Hennigan as a leader of this team, keeping it all, not just head coach, of all the players, wanting to stay together, say, hey, we've had a successful career, let's finish it the right way.
DeWosier, the fake. Hennigan rolls to his right. He'll throw down his shoulder and get popped. Chris Rogers. Now, Hennigan's a big kid, 6'3", 215. He sent a little message there.
Yeah. I mean, Rogers at 223. He's not a small guy himself. That was a collision right there. Hennigan, it's on the naked rollout. He sees that no one's there, and he doesn't hesitate. He tucks it, tries to get positive yards. Chris Rogers says, hello to you right there with some contact and right at the...
Third down, open over the middle of the field. DeWosier makes one man miss. DeWosier get a score. Oh, we've got something cooking here in New Orleans. 25-yard touchdown.
What a great job by Hennigan. It's 3rd down and 6. You think you got to throw it down the field? No, I'm going to take the quick check down. Can't go broke taking a profit. And DeWosier says, you know what? I'm going to turn that into a high investment stock return for you right there. It's like a little Bitcoin he gave back.
Yeah, he went penny stock. And then he cashed it in for his 2nd touchdown of the night. And it is clear Memphis came to play ball tonight. 9 plays, 75 yards. Second one for 13. Memphis up 14-10 early 2nd quarter. PN of the app, they'll have all the early breaking stories, injury updates, and more. And then Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, Mile High City, Week 13 Monday Night Football. Myles Garrett and the Browns take on rookie Bo Nix and the 7-5 Broncos. I don't know that many people had Bo Nix as maybe the standout of the rookie quarterbacks, and that's Jalen Daniels included. He's had a great rookie season.
Hopefully they still have some leftovers in the house for that Monday Night Football game.
That'll be a great one on Monday night as we take a look at our game flow, brought to you by Progressive.
And Seth Hennigan has done an amazing job of sliding him in the pocket for his first touchdown pass to DeWosier. Let him work out of the backfield. But I love this one. It's 3rd and 6. I don't wait for the play to develop. I see the defense drops. I'm going to take my check down to look like I'm going to get the first down. DeWosier does the rest. Only 2 touchdown catches on the whole season coming in. 2 tonight. But when you check the ball down, get it to him fast, get him in the open field, he made stuff happen.
They double his scoring output already because of it. Tulane down as Mensah booted right into the pressure. He has to throw it away. The pressure by Patrick Lucas Jr. and William Whitlow. And 2nd down. I mean, if you don't know much about Memphis football, I mean, they beat Florida State early in the season. If you don't know much about them, you're going to learn tonight because they are loaded offensively. It's been the defense through the back half of the season where they had some hiccups, but they'll score with anybody in the country. Shotty Clayton Johnson, the back, low snap, able to get away from one defender. Shotty's got space. Go Shotty, it's your birthday. Gain of 16. Kobe Minor on the tackle, and Shotty gives him some good depth in the backfield.
And the immediate penetration up front by Whitlow made Shotty cut back right there. You saw him have to put his foot in the ground, cut back, but there was no backside support, no edge on the backside of that defense. He's able to turn the corner, get the big yards. Both of these teams having the explosive runs early, almost setting up the run with passes on first down.
It's been a big play game to this point, 10 minutes, 2nd quarter. Play fake, flea flicker, Mensa right there down. Great job by Kobe Minor to read the trick play. And they were there immediately for a loss of 10.
And Minor coming in off of a corner blitz off the edge and sees it right from the beginning. You'll see him at the top of your screen. Minor's going to come on the corner blitz, disguises it well, see him, and then reacts, change direction. Play never had a chance to get started.
They tried to dial one up. It was Tulane's first negative play of the game. 2nd and 20. Mensa tried to get some of it back. No one home. Has to run out. Keeps his eyes downfield. He just tries to throw that away, but had number 2, Shotty Clayton Johnson there, and they're going to rule it a reception. Got half of it back, just about, gain of 9.
Yeah, great patience. Always want to keep your eyes downfield. And great awareness by Shotty Johnson, knowing where he was on the field to keep his feet in bounds, make the catch, secure the catch, and get 3rd and makeable.
So they're 4 of 5 on 3rd down tonight. 3rd and 11. Clean pocket for Mensa, starts to collapse. Over the middle of the field, oh, dropped it. Mekhi Hughes, and another great job of Mensa extending the play, and another drop is going to force Tulane to punt.
It was a big one. Mekhi Hughes, not the easiest catch, but great job by Mensa. Again, what you want as a quarterback, your ability to extend plays, but keep the eyes downfield. See him rolling to his left. Mekhi Hughes going back the other direction. Not able to come up with the ball, and Memphis defense creates the big sack, creates a punt.
The first punt of the night for Will Carroll. Some dangerous traffic around Kobe Drake, and a punt to 30. So the first time Memphis able to stop Tulane's offense. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Final weekend of the regular season in college football. As we take a look at this week's college football playoff rankings, brought to you by Capital One. There was some movement because of all the upsets in week 13. Top 4, same as it ever was. Notre Dame moves up, as does Miami. They've got a tough one in Syracuse this weekend. And SMU finally getting respect by the committee, putting them in at 9.
Absolutely, and what's really interesting, if both of those 2 teams win, you're thinking they're going to stay in the top 10 of the rankings, and it'll be a top 10 showdown in the ACC championship game. Will the committee punish the loser of that game to potentially knock them out of an at-large bid? Will be really interesting.
First down throw again, DeWosier. They must have seen something on film that said, we're just going to unleash DeWosier on him and a gain of 9. Entering this drive, Memphis 6 plays of 10 or more yards. And it's been DeWosier all game.
It has been. And Mario Anderson Jr. came in the game with 44 catches. So it's not like we have a running and a receiving back, but DeWosier is getting the work and finding the seams in that Memphis defense.
5 straight completions for Hennigan. DeWosier now on the ground. He's going to be on 2nd and 1. And they'll give him the first down. Brought down by Parker Peterson. But Ryan Silverfield, 5th year in Memphis. Again, trying to win 10 games in back-to-back seasons for the first time in history. He said, I love the expectations, but with the expectations comes the expectation that you have to win big every year. I was like, well, that's the definition of it. And he's happy to have him, though, trying to get double-digit win seasons for the first time ever. First down for Hennigan. Checks it out of the backfield. You mentioned Mario Anderson, good out of the backfield, but so is Tulane's defense. Billy Despaney in a loss of 3.
Matt, when you talk, both of these programs now have embraced expectations of we expect to compete for championships. We expect 10-win season. As you said, as the fan bases goes, you saw that shrimp tray earlier. That you know, if you're used to some hamburger steak and all of a sudden you get a really nice filet mignon.
That's right.
You kind of like the way that tastes. Like, I like these 10-win seasons. I don't want to go back to that hamburger steak. I'm not into 6 and 7 wins anymore.
Listen,
I want the nice stuff.
Drinking beer and head up to Champagne, you're like, wait a second. I'll take some bubbly. The second down for Hennigan after the loss of 3, forced out of the pocket. Tries to dive down and get a little something. Tyler Grubbs, leader of Tulane. And they're going to give him just 1, bringing up 3rd and long. And we were talking during the commercial break how big of a possession this was for a Green Wave defense. It's been the leader all year. Down 14-10 now, midway through the second quarter. And again, soft spot of the defense, and is that good quarterbacking or what? Brady Clue sat right in the middle of the defensive coverage for a gain of 12 to move the chains, and now here comes the tempo from Memphis. DeWosier.
What a great conversion you watch with Hennigan. That maturity to stand in the pocket when they're dropping 8, to not panic. Stay in the pocket, let the routes develop, and go through all of your progressions. Move the chains.
And movement by Tulane's defensive front. Hennigan he gave the hard clap.
Offside. Defense with contact. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's why they stop the play there, Matt, when they say with contact. If you make any contact with the offensive line.
The foul results in a first down.
If you make any contact with the offensive line, the play is dead. So why don't you get the free play? Well, if there's contact with a lineman, the play is dead at that point. Little head touch right there.
So after the big conversion, 3rd and 12, Memphis has something going. Hennigan downfield, looking for Rock Taylor, incomplete. You know, you said something interesting on that 3rd down conversion, and even on the touchdown for DeWosier. When you have an experienced quarterback who knows the offense, we should take the opportunity to tell some of the young players out there who may be watching, there's nothing wrong with staying put and being comfortable in the place you're at.
You learn a system, you learn how to play the quarterback position. You're not out there just running around making plays. The clock that Hennigan has, the understanding he has in this offense, you see that maturity and that experience that he has that a lot of young quarterbacks don't have.
You become getting your master's degree as Mario Anderson Jr. He busts one off, and another big gain on the ground. 14 yards for Anderson Jr. And how about Memphis? They are eating clock and yards all at once.
And it allows you to do this. I love, they're mixing up the tempo. They're slow, fast, slow, fast. But the veteran quarterback, you know he's going to make good decisions.
Anderson Jr., the hot hand. I'll tell you what, give both of these Memphis backs credit. Anderson's hitting them with some muscle, and DeWosier's hitting them with some speed, and right now they've got a good thing going.
Yeah, and when you talk about the mixing up of tempo, that's the harder thing for defenses. If you go fast, you get into the rhythm and you're used to the speed. If you huddle and you break the huddle, you get used to that rhythm. When you're changing the tempos up, fast, slow, you don't get into a defensive rhythm to get aligned and get prepared and know how to, you want to disguise coverages or blitzes.
10th play of the drive. 2nd and 6. Hennigan out of the backfield for DeWosier. Can he make a man miss? Gets the yardage, and that'll be chased out by Micah Robinson. And they're going to give him 6, and they're going to move the chains for another first down.
I don't know, neat little play there where they put the receivers all to one side and swing DeWosier out to the wide side of the field, where it creates a one-on-one situation. He's able to make a little miss and get some extra yards in those one-on-one situations.
The drive's well over 5 minutes. Anderson in the backfield to give to Anderson, and he's trying to muscle his way up there. Tulane takes about 5 of them to bring him down. Terrell Allen, one of them, and a gain of 3.
And Matt, we talked about it, the explosive plays of these teams. They're 2 of the top time of possession teams in the country. You think, well, explosive teams, are they time of possession? It is in how they do things. We're approaching the 2-minute timeout here in the first half. And it's when you're playing either of these teams, you have to be very efficient with your possessions because you might not get a lot, even though it's an explosive, high-scoring game.
And you mentioned the 2-minute timeout. They're so good with their time of possession. Like, you know what, we will take you to the 2-minute timeout and think about it. So they are eating minutes.
Just like you need to get it in the microwave right now for halftime.
Yeah, go get those rolls.
Okay, everybody got their Dos Equis playbooks? Good.
Ball with a great drive put together by Memphis. 12th play of the drive. Hennigan, it's got throwback written all over it, but Hayes sniffed it out. And a good job. That may have been a run back the other way by Hennigan.
I think they were trying to set up the old tackle throwback screen across the field.
Timeout. Tulane, that's their first. It'll be 30 seconds.
The blitz caused it. We watched 61, the left tackle. Look at him. He was looking for the ball. The big man wanted the ball. And the blitz, Hennigan knew he didn't have time to let it develop and set it up. Smart play by him to tuck the ball and run. But I mean, Thanksgiving night, you got the thick 6. You got to get the big man to score.
The fact that they wanted America to have a thick 6 is why they know their booth. They know what was going to happen. All right, so this season, All-State will celebrate every field goal and extra point made by participating universities by making a donation to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, All-State. And thank you, Memphis, for the attempt at what would have been the most appropriate touchdown of the day. You know, that was to Chris Adams, too. You know he went back and said, man, I was open.
I was there. I would have scored. Big third down here for the Tulane defense. Try to hold Memphis to a field goal and keep this a one-score game.
4 of 5 on third down tonight. 2 of them resulted in touchdowns. Hennigan, DeWosier, and he'll be short after a gain of 2. And so there you go. That's a stop for Tulane's defense. 21-10.
It's a very different. I mean, two-score, one-score game's different now. You have the opportunity right now, hold them to a field goal, keep it a one-score game. You get the ball and potentially the last possession of the first half and the ball to start the second half and get to double down. If you were at a casino earlier, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, not when you're playing roulette. You don't double down in roulette. 28-yard field goal attempt. Vandenberg, kick on the way, and it is good. So Tulane holds them to a field goal, 17-10. You mentioned Green Wave, an opportunity, 2 for 1. Might get the buffet. I'll take 2 for 1. I'll take a field goal. Memphis will grab that lead as well, 17-10.
He loves that baby.
My pride and joy. And wait till you see the other 2 surprises. A joyful bundle of 3.
3?
I was thinking of gifting 1 to each of you. I got AT&T's bundle of 3, iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence for me, and iPad and Apple Watch for you.
Get iPhone 16 Pro on us, plus iPad and Apple Watch for 99 cents per month each, and save up to $1,700.
On the mountaintop, national champion.
ESPN, home of the college football playoff.
December 20th. What a birthday present for me. An early college football playoff. So we welcome you back. Yulman Stadium in New Orleans. A good one here in the American. 17-10. Memphis has the lead. With about 1:45 left. 2 timeouts for Tulane as we take a look at Cheez-It crunch time. And it is crunch time for the Green Wave. As we said at the beginning of the broadcast, they've already clinched a spot in the American Championship game against Army but they understand they need to win out with a little bit of help to get into the college football playoff.
Absolutely. I don't know the exact percentage, but we saw the craziness last week. You see the percentage there, but that fluctuates with everybody playing a constant basis. They know they win. They're in a great position playing a championship game next week to be potentially one of the top seeds to get into the college football playoff. With a win tonight and a win tonight, they host Army for the conference championship game next week.
Call me old school, but I like to avoid the math and just go with what happens on the field.
Yeah, win. I mean,
just play.
Because that's going to fluctuate. If Boise loses, it goes to this percent, and if worry about yourself, worry about winning.
So Mackay dropped one across the middle of the field earlier. That one he snagged with 1 minute for a gain of 4 and quickly a third down. That wind really starting to howl right now inside the stadium.
And they're Tulane heading into the wind right now. As you say, I think you throw spirals, it doesn't affect the pass game as much, but it's certainly going to affect where their field goal line and the kicking, the ability to get points heading in this direction.
So 3rd and 4. Big third down. Pressure comes. Mensah forced out. And Keith Brown on the reception. And he's going to be short of the first down. And Ryan Silverfield immediately calls timeout.
Absolutely.
Timeout, Memphis. That's their first. Please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 12 seconds.
Absolutely. You want that timeout. You got the opportunity right now with a veteran quarterback. They're kicking into the wind. Your defense gets that stop. Try to find a way to get some more points before half. You can never have enough points in the first half. A great job getting Mensah off the spot and disciplined defensively to force the ball underneath, keep it in front of you, rally up and tackle Keith Brown and get off the field with a 3 and out.
Yeah, Matt Hudson was right there, and Mensah had to roll out, and really probably the best case scenario for Memphis there, and how quick that possession was. 3 timeouts to your point, downwind, and getting the ball back with 1 minute 13 left in the first half. And they're going to get great field position at that as Kobe Drake catches the punt. And Memphis will get the ball up 17-10 here in the first half. Welcome back into the booth. Dan Mullen, Matt Berry, happy Thanksgiving. And this is exactly what we thought coming into this game. These are 2 9-win teams, both talented teams. We've got a good one brewing here in the first half.
Absolutely, and they can play different styles, and you've been able to see that. They both want to be physical, run the ball, both play good defense. But they have explosive players and talent all over the field. And you've seen that with explosive plays both sides. Even though it's ball control, there's a lot of explosiveness and going to be a lot more scoring in this game.
We're talking to Memphis throughout the week. You could tell they were a little insulted by how big of underdogs they were coming into this one, as Hennigan to Rock Taylor right in the middle of the field, and that's a good start to this drive. And a gain of 10, and they were like, "Look, hey man, we're 9-2 also.
Yeah,
you know, we're not ranked. We're not ranked in the college football playoff. We got a good team." There were people. I was one of the people at the beginning of the season that thought Memphis had what it took to be the Group of 5 representative in the college football playoff, as DeWosier continues to be good in this first half.
We're going to take the timeout here. Memphis, well, Matt, you brought it up earlier.
Memphis, that's their second. Please
and this is something to me, in these situations, you have a 4th-year starting senior quarterback that's been in the program.
Thank you.
I mean, for Ryan Silverfield right now, the comfort of saying, hey, we're in a 2-minute situation. We have veteran guys. I'm rolling my guy out there on the field to put him in this situation. There's no question he's been in it before. You're going to be on the same wavelength. He knows what plays he wants to call.
Yep.
That is something that is missing a lot. When you go around college football today, you see guys running around making spectacular plays. But that lack of rhythm, consistency, and experience, this has got Seth Hennigan written all over. This is like the moment I'm like ready for. He's like, I've been doing this for years. I'm ready for this.
I mean, this is comfort food for a head coach when you know what you have in your quarterback is We had mentioned DeWosier having a big first half, a career high 6 catches already. Can Memphis get some points before the break? 2nd and 4, Hennigan quick out, caught, Rock. That's going to be a first down for Rock Taylor, and Memphis brought down by Sam Howard after a gain of 7.
And you see Hennigan already got the next play called. He knows what he wants to get to. The clock stops for the first down. First downs and out of bounds are important. He knows the exact line they need to get to, even to get in field goal range.
He is a coach on the field, and it's showing tonight. Here comes the pressure. Big sack by Sam Howard.
By number 15, Sam Howard.
That one was big.
They came after. You want to kill the 2-minute drive, you get pressure. Now you see the clock's running, They're trying to save that last time out. He's going to have to hustle here to get one off.
Check down screen, and coming off the screen immediately, incomplete. Patrick Jenkins was there. And this drive changed in a hurry in favor of Tulane.
The sack. Yeah, the sack changed it. You know, I mean, the one thing he's going to wish he had back, and that pressure. You saw him trying to extend the play on the sack coming off the edge. Good job. They slide to it. He's looking away. Rolls right into the pressure. He's got to see that. Just stand in the pocket, throw that away. Now, what you're saying here, Matt, you want to see him get some yards. I see them wanting to either get yards for the field goal or to set up a Hail Mary on the last play.
So 3rd and 21, they're just going to bang it on the ground. And John Sumrall looked like...
John, I think, took the timeout. You wonder why you do this.
Tulane, please reset the game clock to 5 seconds.
Yeah, he ran out there immediately and used...
Well, he wants to make it nervous. I think, you know, we've seen some stuff we saw in a game last week, the Stanford game a couple weeks ago. The Hail Mary, and there was time on the clock. They're going to 5 seconds. So if you're Memphis now, the question is, are you going to try the Hail Mary with 5 seconds knowing you don't get it? You're giving Tulane that opportunity right now to throw a ball into the end zone.
So 4th and 16, 5 seconds left.
I would throw the Hail Mary here if I'm Memphis.
Well, look, you got the arm and you got the receivers.
They're not going to. Look at it. They get into a tight formation. So, okay, so what's going to happen? Saw this in the Arizona State game last week. Here it comes, Matt.
Oh, we're bringing that up.
Hennigan's going to roll out to his right, just throw the ball as high up in the air as he can, and try to burn 5 seconds off the clock before it touches the ground.
You got to burn all the time, though, before you throw it, or time it out right.
Or we got to clear the field.
There it is, downfield. And there's your...
And zeros.
There's your 5 seconds. How about that? It's an easy way to go.
It works that way.
If you don't run back 40 yards and then throw it, you can make it happen. But what a good game we have tonight in the American as advertised. How about Memphis 8-0 and leading at the half? They've got it 17-10. The halftime report with Zubin and Trevor Maddich is coming up after these messages. As you're watching the American Conference on ESPN, one of the great sports cities in America, New Orleans, hosted a good one tonight. 17-10 Memphis, a big underdog coming in, which was weird because they're 9-2 against a talented Tulane team, also 9-2. Dan Mullen, Matt Berry, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Kind of as advertised, because both these teams come in really, really good, but it was Memphis in the first half.
Absolutely. These are the heavyweights of the American Conference, and it's been a heavyweight battle so far.
Yeah.
You know, there's been the jabs, there's been body blows, and there's been some haymakers with explosive plays, and you expect to see more of that in the second half. These are the top teams playing a championship-level game, and we're watching championship-level football being played on the field.
Let's watch the first half stats brought to you by Chewy. Speaking of Chewy, look at Memphis chewing up clock. 18.5 minutes to Tulane's 11.5.
And Tulane leads the conference in time of possession, but Memphis is right on their heels. And you look at these teams, both what do they want to do? They want to run the ball. They want to be physical. They want to control the tempo of games. And Memphis has been successful doing that, especially creating the runs, converting some third downs, and then the explosive pass plays to get into scoring position.
And they battled their way back, did Tulane, after Memphis scored on their first possession. Then Memphis came back and scored. It was a really entertaining first half with a lot on the line for Tulane. As that's where we will begin the second half, third quarter. Let's check in with Harry.
Matt, I caught up with Tulane head coach John Summerall, and I asked him, hey, what'd you tell your guys in the locker room? He said, look, we played our, and we'll say bad, worst half, since 10 weeks ago. He said, we're only down 7 points. If we play to our standard, we're going to come out with the result that we want, but we got to play up to that standard.
You know, Harry, they had talked about it this week as well. Probably in their estimation, their worst performance of the year is when they came out of the bye week and messed around with Rice back on October 19th. They kind of had a mini-bye week this week after getting Navy. So he wanted to make sure that they came out ready to play. We'll see what they do in the second half. Pressure on Mensa. Check it down out of the backfield. That's Mekhi Hughes. And how about Hughes to get things started for Tulane? And a gain of 22 out of the backfield. Chandler Martin provided the pressure, but how about that for a start?
Well, a good way to get things going is get it to your star player, and that's Mekhi Hughes. He is the offensive leader of this team, usually carrying the ball, but he can do it receiving out of the backfield as well, and they need to get him the ball. They didn't get him the ball enough in the first half.
Yeah, just 7 carries for 13 yards in the first half. This is a player who leads the ACC with close to 1,300 yards rushing. So give Memphis' defense credit for selling out to stop the one guy they knew could beat him.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting. You know, when you're talking with Coach Summerall with his team, and he reminds me of that. They've rolled through the last 3 weeks. They've only given up 9 points in 3 games, held everybody under 200 yards of total offense. They have not been pushed since October 28th in that game against North Texas, a little bit of a shootout. So he's just saying, hey, you know, I know they know this coming in, but you haven't been tested. You're back in a competitive game. We got to be ready to play all 4 quarters.
2nd and 7, another play fake. Mensa looking downfield. Receiver comes off his route. It was intended for Mario Williams. Overthrew him. He was open. A.J. Watts on the coverage, and already a 3rd down and 7.
That's the second time he's overthrown him on those stop routes on the sidelines. Been a little bit high on those timing routes. He had some great throws over the middle, and just a little bit high on some of these out routes, the deep comebacks to the sideline.
Now, I don't know that it was a factor there, but they are pretty heavily into the wind. It's a whipping wind here inside Yulman Stadium with a gust from here to there. And a 3rd down and 7. Good job over the middle of the field. Keith Brown drops it. They're ruling it a completion and a fumble on the field. A.J. Watts has it, and he's got a convoy of Tigers. What a turn of events, and a big play from Keith Brown. And he returns it just about to the line of scrimmage.
I know they're going to take a look at this one to see. Great play design and great timing. We've talked about it. With Menz has been a little high on those balls to the outside, but he's been great down the middle. He drops that one right on the money. 1, 2. Ooh,
this is going to be close.
It's...
So for the first time tonight, Matt Austin spending Thanksgiving evening with us. We want to bring him in on this one. And Matt, you hear Coach Mullen's reaction.
Oh.
That replay kind of showed a little movement in that right side of his body. What are you seeing as we look at this?
Well, there's 3 things to consider. Firm control. I think he had it originally. Body part down. Yes, he got a foot down, then a second foot. But you have to have the ball for a time. That's the subjective part of this. Did he have the ball? Did he have the ball long enough to put it away, secure it well, and make a football move? I don't think so. In my opinion, this should be an incomplete pass. I'm not sure they're going to stop it and look at it, though.
No, they're not. Memphis has the ball.
Well, as Matt said, they look at every play, but they're not going to, like, stop the game. They peek and say, yeah, I think. I wonder if it, Matt, if it was the turning the body as a football move towards the goal line after that, as that second foot was hitting the ground, did that make enough time of possession?
So Cortland Marsh forced it. And Memphis turns the ball over from Tulane. First possession. Seth Hennigan going to take a shot downfield, and it was intended for Kobe Drake. Maybe a bit surprising they didn't stop it down to have a look at a game with this kind of magnitude and a play that was really kind of a bang-bang play.
Well, yeah, and here it is. There's the catch. 1 step, 2 step.
God, I don't know.
it had everything written on it if a call stands to me. But
again, they review every play. We just didn't get the full stop down and have a look. As Mario Anderson Jr. is going to try to make a couple of yards. He gets 3.
There's the long incomplete shot on first down, Matt. You can guarantee.
Yep. Every time.
The biggest tendency in college football is, oh, we're incomplete. I'm going to hand it off up the middle.
They offered that at the casino, it'd be broke. So what can Tulane's defense do with the quick change? 3rd and 7.
That's one of the things you preach. Sudden change defense. One of the big things that you preach.
Hennigan to the sideline. A lot of hand play, and they're going to get the flag. Demir Blankumsey covered by Caleb Ransaw. You saw they were both locked up. Hennigan clapping his hands. He knows he made the right read.
Defense, number 7, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And you know, I give Hennigan some credit on making that throw. A lot of times making that throw and just putting it out there for the receiver, knowing you have the one-on-one, gives him a chance. That's kind of the first play. You say, you wonder how they're going to call it tonight. Now, that's the first one where we've even seen the opportunity, whether you're going to call a PI or not on those throws, and they called it.
Crowd not happy. You can hear them.
I'm an offensive guy, so you know my opinion.
Either. Exactly right. Look, I thought both players were being aggressive. The defender didn't really make a play on the ball until towards the end, so you could see it either way, and that was just the 3rd penalty of the night.
Blankumsey easily let himself get pushed out of bounds.
Right.
You know, I mean.
And I'm guessing too right now, based on the fumble that wasn't stopped and looked, and the New Orleans fans a bit lathered right now.
They didn't like. That's 2 they don't like.
So Tulane now 2nd and 10, defensively trying to get this high-powered Memphis offense off the field. Quick shot outside. DeWosier, guess who? Made already a career high in the first half with receptions. Grubbs brings him down. And another good job by Hennigan to make it 3rd and medium.
Well, and they've done a great job, both Hennigan, the play calling offensively tonight by Memphis, of getting the ball and finding DeWosier an open field. Tim Cranz, the OC, done a great job, and Hennigan knows those calls and gets it out immediately. Don't wait for stuff to develop. Get him the ball, let him do something with it.
DeWosier on 3rd down. DeWosier breaks loose again. How about DeWosier? Greg DeWosier entered the game with 3 touchdowns on the season. He has his 3rd of the night, and Memphis takes a 23-10 lead.
And DeWosier, I'll tell you what, when he gets to the 2nd level, breaks that tackle right now, he's got a burst to him, Matt. He can accelerate. That's, we saw it earlier on a check down. That burst, that he shifts that down gear and gets moving. He's got a sudden burst to separate from the defense.
Again, points off turnovers in that one. Tulane fumbled. DeWosier, he's the guy that shows up at Thanksgiving and said, hey, remember me? I'm going to be a headache all night long. 24-10, Memphis on top.
Country are competing to be the Taco Bell Live Moss Student Section of the Year. Download the Taco Bell app to learn more.
Boy,
I love Taco Bell, but I don't know that that's your post-Thanksgiving Taco Bell. But the student section, if you're out here at the game tonight, you had it early, you might just make the stop on the way home, man. Right?
There was a dude in a maroon hoodie that had definitely been living Moss all day. There was a couple telltale signs as now Tulane, they're down 14 points. They haven't been in this situation really since week 3 against Oklahoma. They were down 21-0 against the Sooners, which is their largest deficit of the season. And in this one, Memphis has scored 17 unanswered points.
Yeah, and you know what? If you want to be a championship team, if you want to show you're a playoff contender and you belong with the big boys, this is the situation. You have to step up and you have to put a drive together offensively.
That last play looked like Tulane was heading in for points. Keith fumbled. And now it's back to Mensah and crew. Good job feeling the pressure, trying to get a couple of yards. He does just that, chased out of bounds by A.J. Watts. But kind of an onslaught from Memphis. 17 unanswered. Couple of mistakes for Tulane on offense, and they need something now.
Yeah, and this Memphis defense, give them credit for how they've been able to contain the running game of Tulane that's been lethal all year long.
And they've done a great job containing Mekhi Hughes. That was with Patrick Lucas Jr. I mean, he came in leading the conference in rushing yards with close to 1,300. And tonight, he's got 10 carries for 14 yards.
Well, this is a Tulane team that's averaged over 200 on the ground and 200 through the air. Very balanced, and Memphis is making them one-dimensional.
9 carries for 15 yards is what Hughes has. So 3rd and 6.
False start. Offense. Number 68. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Was Josh Remitich.
This is not the response Coach Summerall wanted from his offense coming out here. And there's a big difference between 3rd and 6 and 3rd and 11.
Yeah.
And big difference in your play call and everything and how you're looking at this situation. Memphis is showing pressure, though. They're going to come after him. Let's see if they bail out.
Plenty of time for Mensah. Got to throw it to the sideline to Keith Brown again. He's brought down by Cortland Marsh, who just forced the fumble on Keith. And it's going to be another punt for Tulane, even though they got 9 of it back.
And they showed the pressure. Do a great job. Blitz everybody, drop everybody out into a drop 8 coverage. Trying to confuse Mensah. They didn't. Mensah just had nowhere to go with the ball. He's forced to check it down underneath. Great job by Memphis rallying to the ball. And that's the difference between 3rd and 6 and 3rd and 11. The 3rd and 11, you can keep it in front of you, rally, and get off the field.
And you see that punt just get held up in the wind. Kobe Drake wanted a pass catch interference penalty.
It was close.
It was close. It was a punt to 37. So now here's Memphis, 17 unanswered, good field position. These Memphis fans who made the trip, you might find them down there tonight with a little Bourbon Street fun. They've got the lead, 24-10. In Memphis. Then Cincinnati went on a run of their own under Luke Fickell. Remember, they crashed the college football playoff party, the first group of 5, but it was a 4-team playoff. Then Tulane got in there as they were able to do it with Willie Fritz, who's now at Houston. And then in their last year in the conference, SMU wins the American as the trophy's here tonight. We know Tulane's playing for it against Army, but they have much bigger things on their mind. Ranked 17th in the college football playoff rankings as Mario Anderson Jr. takes it on first down. And you were mentioning a championship caliber program as we check in with Harry.
Yeah, Matt, it was a pretty fiery sideline down here on the Tulane end. Sam Howard, who is one of the guys, obviously, that John Summerall told us helped to get this reshaped defense together. He was screaming at guys, we're going to win this one no matter what. And then later on, Summerall came through and told everybody on the defense, keep showing up, do not stop.
Summerall, one of the bright young coaches in college football. Been here for 11 months, trying to get them to 3 consecutive 10-win seasons that Willie Fritz brought him to. Hennigan, the play fake, was took in the deep, but he checks it down again, which he's been doing quite often tonight. Brendan Doyle, the big tight end, lowers his shoulder, and that was just good, hard football for a gain of 5. Jack Chenshu, the true freshman from Atlanta, transferred from Troy with some role.
And that's the thing in Hennigan, being the veteran guy that he is, and the ability to go through your reads, slide up in the pocket, check the ball down, the decision-making has been there all night long. The big third down defense here, third down for the defense of Tulane. Get off the field, try to create the 3 and out, get the offense the ball, get back on the field and seize momentum.
Slant over the middle, guess who? His #1 target is Rock Taylor. And a first down after a gain of 11.
And Tulane brought the blitz on him and left Rock Taylor one-on-one in man coverage. And I mean, his size, he is a tough matchup on a one-on-one slant. The ability to use his body to protect the ball.
Seth Hennigan now just needs 1 more yard. As you see a big play there by Deshaun Batiste. Needs 1 more yard throwing to pass Holton Ahlers for the most career passing yards leader in the American.
And Holton had a long career staying at one school as well. You got to be committed to your school to get those records in today's world.
Holton Ahlers played for a decade. So 2nd and 11 after the loss of 1. There's the record for Hennigan, so he now becomes the Americans' all-time leader in career passing yards with the gain of 6. And again, he finds Kobe Drake and makes the 3rd manageable. His parents, they probably, maybe they might know it.
Yeah.
Dad's a coach.
Dad's a whole lot more worried about, hey, I don't really care about however many 13,000 whatever yards. Let's try to get 6 right here.
Yeah.
That's all Dad's worried about.
Mom's happy about it. Dad's like, back to the game. Third and 5. They are eating up the middle of that field. That's Blankumsey, and it's a first down. Tigers gain a 12. They have found something in the middle of that defense, and they're exposing it on 3rd downs.
You know, and it's a great run. They're running a little combination route with 3 receivers to the right. The Mike linebacker, and Hennigan being a veteran guy, he's seeing the overflow. The defense rotates to stop the combination route to the right side, leaves double slants on the backside, one-on-one, middle of the field's open. You see the decision-making, the experience. He makes the read, ball's out of his hands before anyone can get near him or the defense can make a play on the receiver.
Now 7 of 10 on 3rd downs. That is a big stat tonight, moving the chains, and then they're just going to hand the ball off to their physical runner. And here's what I've seen out of Seth Hennigan tonight. We talked about his bona fides being here 4 years. The ability he has to put his team in 3rd and manageables is why they're succeeding so much tonight on 3rd down. Because 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 is not a tall ask.
No, and that's what you want. That's where you've seen it, and they've hit some runs on those down. The whole playbook is open to you when you get into that 3rd down and 6 or less. You can run the ball, you can throw, you can take a shot down the field or a quick throw underneath. The entire playbook's open to you and it makes the defense stay honest.
Another time-consuming drive, 8th play, 5 minutes. Hennigan pressured, gets out of it, has space to run, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to trot to the sideline. Patrick Jenkins on the pressure.
And it's that decision you saw right there again, Matt, and getting it into a 3rd down and manageable situation. Looking to take a shot, it's not there. Able to escape, eyes are downfield, but he knows the situation. He was gonna, everyone was covered. He was running the whole time. He's just trying to fake you out to give himself some time, get back to this 3rd and manageable situation. Interesting with the wind here at your back, is this 4-down territory or not right now for Memphis, though?
Back shoulder throw, Rock Taylor automatic. He is having himself a football game and another 3rd down conversion, because it's not hard to get those 7, 8, 9 yard routes on a 3rd and 5.
Well, you're one-on-one. You know, you're one-on-one out there against a guy like Rock Taylor that's 6'3", 215. You just see running the route. But the size, it's not just, and the ball placement by Hennigan, how do you get to where the ball is?
And that's Kobe Drake. Rock on the night, 7 catches, 96 yards. Micah Robinson brings down Drake, and this is a field goal must possession for Tulane's defense.
Yeah, they don't want to go down 3 scores here.
I mean, you see all the time Memphis is eating on this clock. We came back, we had half a quarter left, and then Memphis got in line for the food table, and now we're about out of food.
Yeah. Yeah, you finish that turkey, you're going, you put the pie in the oven, it might be burning on this drive if you're waiting for.
Unless it's a souffle, like at Commander's Palace. Mario Anderson, boy, he's low to the ground. He's a low to the ground runner in a gain of 2. By the way, I'll take the moment to tell you the Bananas Foster we had last night.
It looked pretty good. I was checked out a little social media pictures of yours.
Insane. I could hear myself getting fatter eating.
Are you a second now? All right, Thanksgiving. Are you the second dessert, or are you just the 2? Like your leftovers? You going leftover dessert for the second dessert as well, or the meal?
Good question. Love where
we're going to come back to that one a little bit.
We'll postpone that discussion here. 3rd and 1. Brandon Thomas breaks through the line. And it's going to be 1st and goal Tigers. Caleb Ransaw on the tackle in a gain of 11. And Memphis is on the doorstep of a Thanksgiving knockout blow.
What a great job of getting vertical fast by Thomas on that 3rd down run.
Whole quarter left to play, but 31-10 with how much clock Memphis chews. 14th play of the drive, 8 minutes. We're about 2 yards away from maybe the Americans' playoff hopes going up in the end zone. My apologies to Commissioner Tim Pernetti. Brandon Thomas up the gut. Held short.
Big 3rd down coming up. Now with the lead, you're going to see Hennigan's going to get it back. They're going to go to the say, hey, let's get to the 4th quarter.
Yep. I mean, I can't say enough about what Memphis has come in here and done. 3rd down, I think they're going to get this off.
I wonder if they're just going to see, let's see what defense they're going to show us before we run the play. No.
They're running it. Brandon Thomas up the gut.
No.
Marked him short. And that's how we'll go to the 4th quarter. Ryan Silverfield.
As the runner was short of the goal line. That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
We don't have a longer walk going to the 4th quarter. That ball, barely an inch between that ball and the end zone, and we're going to go all 99 yards.
8:53 off the clock. We go to the 4th quarter with a decision to make. 4th and goal. Memphis up. Start the 4th quarter. 4th and goal at the 1. Memphis going for the knockout blow. This is their longest drive of the season by time and plays.
Yep.
And they moved.
It was the defensive stem to the inside. Let's see where they go, because this has been the argument all year that the defense could have drawn them off by that quick stem inside.
And the decision's already been made.
If it's a false start, they're going to kick.
Yep.
If it's offsides, I don't know. If it's offsides, it's a, 1 centimeter penalty or.
False start.
Yep.
Offense. Everybody but the snapper. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Memphis is just 2nd penalty.
Well, and if you're going to watch the stem of the defense, they shift inside. It looks like, oh boy, there's the shift to the inside. That situation, everybody in the goal line's dug in tight. They jump, they lean. Then I like this decision. Now you bring out the field goal. I know what the book might say this or that, but you have the opportunity to go up 3 scores to start the fourth quarter. You go up 3 scores,
so
try to get the points.
Tristan Vandenberg on for a 23-yard attempt. Snap was low, but the kick is good. And so the goal remains. It's a 3-score game from Memphis, 27-10, start of the fourth quarter.
The SEC on ABC, all day Saturday beginning at noon Eastern.
It is not just a fragrance. It is a passion.
This is Pocket Full of Sand. Hey, I think I'm in the wrong commercial.
Wait, aren't you Andre?
No, I'm Shane.
Oh, you're supposed to be in a Bud Light commercial.
Oh, that makes sense.
If you're here, Andre is...
Something is different about you, man.
On a Longing, Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Ramon, what are you doing here? Texting another conference now.
Yeah, but it's like on the other side of the country. It's really, really far.
But you're not even on our schedule this season.
Maybe we can meet you in the playoffs.
That's crazy talk.
You know what else is crazy? Getting all that Dr. Pepper flavor with 0 sugar.
But Dr. Pepper doesn't have a questionable secondary like Tech does.
Here, catch!
And that's why you're a mascot.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
Freezing cold.
And no surprise, DeWosier Jr. again came in with 3 touchdowns all year. He has 3 tonight.
And has 3 tonight. And he's done it. You saw it running the ball. You thought great job out of the backfield. What I've been impressed with is his acceleration on the second level. He gets to the second level of the defense, and all of a sudden, he hits a little like nitrous and shoots out of there with some speed and acceleration.
So Tulane with the wind going into the fourth quarter. That's Rayshawn Pleasant. So Tulane offensively has just not found their rhythm. They had 10 first quarter points. They've had 0 since.
Yeah, and when you look at it, the 3 punts, the fumble, but it's the lack of yards and the lack, as you said, the lack of rhythm. They have been a team that has run the ball for over 200 yards every game. They set up the run and then beat you with explosive pass. Memphis has made them one-dimensional, taking the run game away. But this is the biggest drive of the year for the Tulane Green Wave.
Probably need to score quick and play some defense. Play fake. Menta off, pressured over the middle. That's Mario Williams, and that's a good start to it. They've had a couple of big drops tonight, but Mario hangs on for a gain of 18. Check that gain of 20.
And Menta's done a great job. We've seen him throw a couple high balls to the outside, but he's been really good throwing the ball over the middle, accurate, dropping the ball in between windows. And that's a great drive starter.
Plenty of time. Rolls out to his right over the middle, incomplete. Intended again for Williams. A.J. Watts on the coverage. Now 2nd and 10.
And that's another one. Menza does it. They're dropping 8 into coverage. So anytime you drop 8 into coverage, you have an extra time to throw the ball. Menza's done a great job not getting panicked, not rushing, keeping his eyes downfield. Bought some time moving out of the pocket. Put that one him on. I think Mario's going to want that one back. I think he would have thought he should have made that grab.
We mentioned there was a big drop by Dante Fleming earlier in the game. The fumble by Yulke. Tulane needs to be at their best now. Again, forced off a spot. Again, trying to find a receiver downfield. This time he knows he can get it with his legs and does just that. And then a late hit and a flag. So Memphis handing out yards to Tulane on this one. They'll get 15 on top of the 13 that Mensa just got.
Just silly mistake. Mensa started to his left, and the whole defense went to the left with him. You see the secondary contain. There's no contain out to the right. So once he's there, he's got a wide open window.
Yeah, that's
just silly.
That is just stupid football by Chandler Martin.
I'm just handing him, and Chandler Martin's the leader of this defense. 3-time Defensive Player of the Week in the league. I don't know what they're talking about over here.
But they knew the game was going too fast. And we're being told there's another
fouls, both by the defense. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 7. That penalty will be enforced 15 yards. After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, late hit out of bounds, number 11, defense. That foul will also be enforced.
Wow.
It will be first down, Tulane.
So by my math, 43-yard play for Tulane.
And 30 of it was silly penalties on Memphis when you're up big in the game. I don't, it's inexplicable. What are you doing? You have a 3-score lead in the fourth quarter in your rivalry big game, and you just say, hey, we played great defense all night here. We'll give you a free 30 yards down the field.
So Mensah picked up the 13 with his legs, then 30 yards of penalties. Mensah to Mekhi Hughes, and he just underthrew him. And he's just having a hard time right now hitting the spot. Reggie Grimes, great pressure from Memphis, bringing up second down.
Boy, and Mensah, if he could have gotten that ball out, he was looking for the deep throw first. And he had Mekhi Hughes completely uncovered in the flat. He waited too long to come back to him as the check down. You got to say, the defense sunk. Get it to him immediately. Mekhi Hughes would have been able to turn up the field. And I don't know if there was anybody between him and the end zone if he would have gotten the ball early.
Mensah pressured off his back foot to the end zone, incomplete. And there'll be a flag on that one. Alex Bauman had Cortland Marsh and Kobe Minor over there with him. And another big penalty from Memphis.
Pass interference, defense, number 0. 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's 15 yards. That's 45 yards.
45 yards in this one drive. The big explosive play to start things off. Lose contain on a scramble and 45 yards of penalty. Good job by Mensah getting out there, give him a chance, and you just see out of position is Cortland Marsh on the defense, and now here comes Memphis. As we said, this is the biggest drive of the year, and it didn't take much time, and they're knocking on the goal line.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Maybe the best thing for Tulane, you look at how much time's come off the clock, and it's nothing. And it's Arnold Barnes III for a touchdown. And so Tulane goes right down the field in just 1 minute and 28 seconds. They need 3 scores to take the lead or tie it. They get 1 quickly.
Yeah, we have ourselves a ball game now.
I mean, because that's just the kind of, you give a team 45 free yards, they score the touchdown. Tulane's got a good defense. You don't know how that's going to ignite a team that you had on the ropes.
You're down an extra point away, a 10-point game at home, all the momentum. You know you're a great team. You've been looking for a spark. And instead of Tulane creating the spark, Memphis poured some gasoline on themselves and lit them on fire on that drive.
Yeah, they just kind of handed it to them. And now a stop is paramount. We know what Memphis can do in terms of chewing up clock. But Tulane finds their way back in it. Arnold Barnes III makes it a 10-point game. Tennessee at Vanderbilt. That's a big one because Tennessee just found themselves back into the top 12. The Iron Bowl, Auburn comes in feeling good. Alabama comes in feeling like what happened. And then for the first time since 2011, Texas and Texas A&M renew their rivalry. A spot in the SEC championship is at stake to play Georgia. Ethan Head the kick. That's DeWosier letting it go into the end zone for a touchback. Jordan Hankins, the defensive coordinator from Memphis, no surprise this is what was going on the sidelines.
Yeah, I mean, they've played an unbelievable defensive game against one of the most explosive and balanced offenses in the AAC. and they essentially just handed Tulane 45 yards in penalties and a 1.5-minute drive to put them right back into this game. He's got to, he's talking to his leader. You see him there with Chandler Martin, trying to get him calmed down and say, now we got to go back out. Hey, we've screwed up. Now we got to go back out and play and get back to the defense we've been playing.
Can Tulane find a way to slow down Memphis, who has now scored 20 or more points in 39 consecutive games, 10-point lead, a lot of football left to play. You see, we talked about Tulane having to score quick.
Yeah,
a lot of, and you made a good point during the break. It dates back to Memphis's false start when it was 4th and goal.
4 penalties in 1 minute and 30 seconds that have changed this game.
Second down, Mario Anderson Jr. Gain of 3. Jack Chenshu, Tyler Grubb. So here we go, 3rd and long.
And it's, the sideline's alive, the stadium's alive.
9 of 13 tonight on 3rd down, Memphis. Hannigan, plenty of time. Now it's got to dance, ball is out. Memphis falls on it. But Cameron Hamilton forced the fumble. Xavier Hill luckily fell on it, and Tulane gets their turnover on downs.
Yeah, Matt, the 3 and out. They coming out of there, and how do you change momentum in a game? Memphis handed you some momentum. You knew you needed to put a drive together. Memphis just made it easy on you, and your defense, that's one of been the top in the conference all year long, creates the 3 and out.
And it's something to watch. Again, we keep bringing up the wins. They are into the win, but that's a heck of a punt from where he was. As Dante Fleming muffs the punt and wisely just kind of took that momentum with it and got it out of bounds.
Yeah, the kicking game on these punts, you've seen it punting this way. It's been trickier to field all night long going into the wind. And Fleming right there had a little tough time trying to field that one, and he bobbles it and knocks it right out of bounds.
That's as heady as it gets with a muffed punt. You see the wind playing tricks. He was misadjusted. He's like, you know what, just bounce my way. It does. Tulane ball when we return.
Taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Please drink responsibly. And in part by the Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. Be a 2%er. Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply.
There are a million traditions we love about college football. One of my favorite traditions, Senior Day. I love that opportunity for these guys that stayed the course, get a good degree from Tulane. Mensa, corner blitz, checks it outside. That's a screen set up to Shoddy Clayton Johnson. He had a convoy. Still a big play. Chandler Martin and Matt Hudson bring him down after 9.
And you just feel a different energy right now in this stadium. That sideline's fired up. You saw the offensive line sprint on the field for the possession, the pep in the step of everybody at Tulane. They feel this is their moment to seize momentum in this game.
Play fake again. Good block. Check it back down. That was dangerous. But I think Shoddy was able to come up with it, and that's going to be a first down. It was a gain of 3. That was a dangerous throw.
Great job, though, on the catch and to move the chains to get the first down.
Mensa looks downfield, takes a shot, incomplete. Bryce Bohannon had a second look at it. Cortland Marsh on the coverage, and that would have been huge.
And Cortland Marsh, the aggressive play, trying to undercut it. Watch it with trying to go make the interception, but all of a sudden the ball bounces up. and almost into the hands of Bohannon. Whew.
Marsh aggressive on the coverage. And it falls incomplete, 2nd and 10. What will Tulane do now? They're going to take another shot. They got Mario Williams. Williams catches it. What? It's ruled a catch, and Williams down.
There's your take a shot on 1st down, take a shot on 2nd down. All-out blitz, expecting the run. He's got, let's see if this ball's out, because there is an immediate recovery by Memphis.
Wow.
Memphis is going to make sure they look at this.
It was a completed catch for a 1st down. The previous play is under further review.
So you have the review of, is it a catch? Is it a catch and a fumble? Is it a catch and a fumble with immediate recovery? This has got Matt Austin written all over.
This is 55 yards, and this is an absolute game changer as we bring in Matt Austin. Matt, I think we would agree the catch is made, but now we got to look to see if Mario was down.
Yes, I definitely think this one was a catch. He took 3 or 4 steps after securing the ball. I thought his knee was down at first glance. Let's take a look. Very close. You got to slow it down.
Oh, it is.
That angle, we got to.
Yeah, left knee is the one we're watching.
Right, and when does the ball separate from his hand?
It looks out to me.
Oh my gosh.
It looks out, but I don't know.
That's as close as you're going to get on a replay.
I think it's out, but I think the ball is out, but I don't know if you can video tell on that angle that it is actually out. This is the angle here.
And this was Marsh who forced the fumble on Yul Keith Brown earlier in the game.
Coach, I agree with you. I think the ball's slipping away.
There's an immediate. Is it enough, though, Matt, to say that's conclusive? I think it's out.
I do, too. Right? I think at the last minute it starts to spin out of his hand.
And it's out already. I think it's out, but I don't think there's confirmed coming here at all. I think we're getting a stands or a fumble with the immediate recovery. Because the immediate recovery right there would, and he's down.
Yeah, so right. That throw means nothing. This could be the 2nd huge play that would be a fumble inside the 10-yard line for Tulane. This is as close as a review can get with so much on the line.
There are people all over the Big 12, the Mountain West, all over the country holding their breath on this decision right here.
And it's Kevin Randall who's looking under the hood. This is about to make a lot of holidays happy or angry either way. And one decision that the replay official and Kevin Randall have to see and make. Again, what would the ruling on the field?
Let's see.
Memphis is celebrating.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It'll be 1st down Tulane at the 9-yard line.
So Memphis was celebrating and thought it was going their
look at this.
way.
Memphis's offense and Tulane's defense.
What is going on?
Is on
here?
the field.
Oh.
You just heard what I heard, right? 1st down Tulane. But
so the call stands. Did they call it a fumble on the field?
Correction.
Hold on.
Here we go.
It was a catch and a fumble recovered by Memphis. It will be 1st down Memphis at the 9-yard line.
Mike was off.
Mike was off.
I think, Matt, they must have called it a fumble on the field, and the call stood that way. They must have called it a fumble on the field because they looked at each other and said the call stands. So it must have been called originally a fumble, I guess. I missed that part of it all. Wow. We'll have to. We'll have to see if we can get a clarification of what the original call was, because we didn't hear the announcement.
Hennigan's going to keep it on first down. And with what we've seen with how Memphis can chew up clock, again, that's the second fumble inside the 10 for Tulane, and the second forced fumble by Cortland Marsh.
So it was ruled a fumble on the field, Matt, and the fumble stood. The original ruling was a fumble. I missed the fumble ruling somehow on that.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot there. It looked as if when they...
I will say this. I think there's people in Provo and Tempe and Ames and Boulder just went and got a second piece of pie.
They should. Because the way the officials marked it, they marked it right where it was. When Mario caught it, and I guess theoretically, because there was a clear fumble by Marsh, that could have been spotting the fumble. But I don't recall seeing them give the first down sign
yeah,
to
the
Memphis.
other way.
Yeah, things get weird in the holidays.
That's what everybody's saying about this time of night.
And it's a Thursday. Hennigan just going to throw that out of bounds. So you look at the turn of events. When Keith Brown fumbled it inside the 10, down 17-10, you're taking points. There they snag all the momentum back here in another big third and 7.
And both of them bang plays.
Right. And Marsh, I mean, is responsible for both of them. Still plenty of football left. 8:26 here in the fourth quarter. Hennigan gets out of the pressure, can't get out of it for long. And give the Green Wave defense credit. That was an impossible situation for them to walk into, and they get the stop.
Well, all night long, we've been watching Memphis go up and down the field, control the tempo of the game, get first downs. That's another quick stop after the initial first down, a 4-play drive to get off the field and give their offense another opportunity. And we've seen how explosive and how quick this Tulane offense can strike.
The whistle before the snap.
The substitution process was not complete. We will redo fourth down.
What I tell you about the house?
Yeah.
House always wins.
But interesting here to me, I mean, Memphis ran on the field and punted that ball as fast as humanly possible. You're up 2 scores with 7 minutes to go.
Right.
It's okay in these situations. You know, you don't want to change your offensive rhythm. You're going to run your offense. I'm not into a 4-minute offense with this much time on the clock. But heck, let the clock run some. They snapped it there with over 20 seconds on the play clock.
And then snap hooked the punt afterwards, so that worked out in Tulane's favor because that thing backspun 36 yards. Now we got a fight over by the Tulane sideline. No flags to this point. I mean, it's getting chippy now.
Cooler heads prevailed.
We got an all-time classic turkey bowl. At least we saw that this morning with siblings. This one's big. Thanksgiving to everyone on our final Thursday night broadcast of the year. And we are being treated to an interesting fourth quarter. Tulane got their defense off the field in 2 minutes and 21 seconds, still down 10. With good field position to start this drive. They're going to start with the run with Shotty Clayton Johnson, and he busts up the middle already in Memphis territory. Davian Ross brings him down after 13.
And he's been the featured back so far tonight, more than Makai Hughes here in the second half, and he's toting the rock from him. This is a big drive again. We keep saying Tulane. Now, as people are watching this game right now, they have plenty of time. Get this first score. There's plenty of time. Just run your offense.
And Shoddy coming back from injury has been big. They're going to take another shot downfield for Mario Williams. Intercepted. Davion Ross.
And as you look at Menze saying, you know, this, I just said it, and these, Coach Summerall's going to tell me, we didn't need it all right there. If the shot wasn't there. Great job by Ross. He's playing a deep third corner. We call that a divider corner, Matt. He's playing a zone coverage, and he's playing dividing, playing on a landmark between the two receivers, and then he breaks on the ball when it's in the air. Great job, and Menz is going to want that one back. We talk about you don't need all of it on the one play. Put the drive together and just get the score. He didn't have to rush it. I think he forced that one into coverage. Looks like it's open, but the divider corner's playing zone and falls off and makes the interception.
Couple of turning points in this game. One of them, 3 turnovers inside the 10 for Tulane. And Mario Anderson Jr. is trying to close this one out with his legs in a first down gain of 23.
Big run coming off the goal line. And you see that Memphis is able to play. I mean, just running an inside zone, and great job getting vertical. That ball cuts into the backside A-gap, protecting the ball. And this is a situation where you love having Seth Hennigan, a veteran quarterback, to manage the game.
That now his 8th 100-yard rushing game for Anderson this year. The turnover combined with that first down sent some of these Tulane fans to the exit. Anderson again, he just gets better as the game goes on. And Memphis, we had talked about them coming in. A lot of people in their preseason brackets had Memphis with everything we knew they had coming back as the best team in the group of 5, represented the G5. They had a couple of defensive hiccups.
You're looking at a 9-2 football team that had a 44-56 loss to Navy in a shootout, and another one to UTSA, 36-44. This is an excellent football team, and they have a standard of expectations here at Memphis.
And a large Memphis contingent here tonight on Thanksgiving night to see if they can see their team win back-to-back 10-win seasons for the first time in Memphis's football history. But still time on the clock, 3rd and 8.
Plenty of time. Big third down. They get off the field right here. This is where, if you are Ryan Silverfield, you're glad. I have a 4th-year starter at quarterback. I'm going to put it in his hands. We're going to try to get the first down on 3rd and 8 because I trust he's going to make the right decision with the ball in his hand. But not there. He's not going to force it and change the game right here. He's going to take what the defense gives him and try to get the first down.
And 3rd down tonight, he's been absolutely brilliant. Can he do it again? Over the middle, caught. Memphis, what a move! DeWosier, unbelievable. He just put Tulane on skates.
And DeWosier, only 11 catches on the whole season. They put him on an option route. Motion him out of the backfield, get him one-on-one linebacker. Oh, and the juke. Doo-doo.
Right here.
Put him right down on his butt. Tyler Grubbs, the leader of that defense, too, for Tulane. And what a first down. Look at Hennigan. He's the leader. This is his moment. He's put the game on me. I'll make the decision.
You know what he's saying? Pass the DeWosier. What an effort. The vantage point we have up here in the booth, when we were watching DeWosier make the cuts, the Memphis sideline was going absolutely nuts. What a game for this young man.
They're going to love that one on film. This is a situation right now for me, for Coach Summerall. You know, in the NFL, you start seeing people using the timeouts.
Pre-2-minute?
Pre-2-minute, which I don't mind doing it, and it hasn't hit college football yet. You know, they're kind of protecting the timeouts till after the 2-minute timeout.
Hennigan with it. Hennigan's got a crease and a load of blockers, and wisely slides down as Brendan Doyle, the tight end, a key block to spring him for 15.
And not what you're used to seeing out of Hennigan. He's never going to beat you with his legs.
And now Tulane looks like they are going to call that timeout.
But on the zone read, and they're not expecting him to carry the ball. He's able to get out on the edge. Great block and a great lead block on the zone read. Once he gets out there, smart decision to get down. He knew he had the first down.
Again, yeah.
Let's go back to Duosier. I want to. What is this on your PlayStation or Xbox? What's this move called?
This is like the upper right corner button. I mean, that, and then he gets another one.
Oh, look at them celebrating on the side. They were going crazy on the sidelines.
I mean,
I'll say that. We don't expect that. I think there were a lot of those people that have ice on their knees after their annual turkey bowl in the backyard. We saw them go down. Probably not from quite as good a moves as Duosier just put on. But I think all the reactions on all the turkey bowls were probably the same.
20-minute time of possession difference tonight. Duosier in helmet sticker territory because of what he had coming in. He's been the guy tonight from Memphis. As Mario Anderson Jr. breaks 3. Game, set, Memphis. And college football, wouldn't you know it? In a season full of chaos, one of the dominoes to fall that needed to happen for some college football playoff berths happened tonight in New Orleans, and Memphis is going to knock Tulane out of contention.
Matt, college football never seems to disappoint, does it? Unbelievable. You know, we're with Joey Gallo every Saturday. He always say, hey, just wait. Yeah, just don't get too excited. But we get excited. But Mario Anderson, the physical run, breaking tackles at the line of scrimmage, keeps his feet, picks his feet up, has the burst to get into the end zone. And number 2 says, I'll take some seconds. I'll take some extra pie, put some whipped cream on it. It's Thanksgiving night. We got a new rivalry game. I mean, playing on Thanksgiving night. The Hennigan family loves it.
23 carries, 165 yards. That was a 98-yard drive.
And this has been, listen, we knew Memphis was a good team. They've controlled this game from beginning to end. Obviously, the 2 big turnovers are the story of the game of keeping the separation. But let's not make those the story of the game. They're a big part of it. Memphis has controlled this game start to finish.
An unbelievable performance. Brayshawn Pleasant, he can pop one. He'll take it. Had the kicker to beat to the sidelines, and that'll be 15 more yards. Jamari Hawkins.
Ate that one. I don't think he saw him step out of bounds and wanted to make sure we didn't give up the touchdown on that
there
one.
are some that right.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, kicking team number 19. 15-yard penalty, it'll be first down.
I don't like it. It's frustrating. You saw him, he already stepped out of bounds, and he was out a couple steps right there. You don't need that. You got to find a way to pull off when you see that happen.
we head into December, AAC and ESPN Plus, your exclusive home for more than 1,000 games of events. If you don't have it, espnplus.com/AAC or download the ESPN app. Now Tulane's got to go quick and probably get it all here as soon as they can. Mario Williams quickly out of bounds. We are not yet at the 2-minute timeouts, and the clock will continue to run.
Well, you talk about what's the difference in big games, and you came into this one, Matt. It's the Memphis said, what type of games are going to be? Tulane leads the league in ball control, time of possession.
And they flipped that tonight.
They flipped it tonight. Now, often in big games, you talk about red zone scoring, you talk about turnovers, and it's 3 turnovers all inside the 20-yard line.
And that, to me, is the big difference, is Memphis trying to get something. Chandler Martin brings him down, and that will take us to the 2-minute timeout. But again, you mentioned it, those 3 turnovers inside the 10-yard line are going to haunt Tulane.
2-minute timeout.
But we have our first upset of Thanksgiving weekends. Memphis up 34-17.
Where have you been?
North Pole. Hey there, watch this. Boom! Oh, oh, oh. What's in your wallet?
While you were away, there were some developments. Fortunately, DoorDash can quickly come to your rescue. Your door to more. DoorDash.
SportsCenter coming up next. Thanksgiving NFL highlights. The Bears mismanaged the clock against the Lions. You'll want to see that. Full post-game coverage of Dolphins-Packers from Lambeau Field. A preview of plenty of high-stakes college football playoff bids on the line. SportsCenter with my guys Kevin Connors and Ardo Cal coming up. After, I mean, this guy had just life decisions to make before he left the hotel.
And he's really happy about the decision he's made looking at this scoreboard.
He now owns them. So Bourbon Street, do not be alarmed when a guy in overalls and a turkey hat comes in asking for a shot of absinthe.
You know, Matt, I know today's a big food day, but this is the appetizer of the weekend, of one of the great weekends in college football. And when you get into rivalry games, this is a rivalry game between these two teams as top teams in this conference over the last several years. Winning is hard, and as the season goes on, it gets harder and harder and harder. And you saw that here tonight. I think we're going to see that all weekend long.
But again, and look, the sell for John Sumrall is simple. His team's playing for a conference championship.
Yes.
You can still get your 10 wins in a conference championship game.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, we just saw it's hard to win. So, hey, boys, there's a lot of teams. You're talking about the 17th ranked team in the country. They're going to fall after this one. They have a championship team. The top 5 highest conference champions get in. They'll have an opportunity to play Army. Army's got a, it's looking like Boise, UNLV, but those teams both have to win this weekend.
That's Mario Williams downfield, able to drag his feet.
And who knows what's going on in the Big 12. There's
8, all I know is 8 or 9 teams. All I know is West Virginia's playing for a national championship, because they're still alive.
It is going to be, I mean, the fun thing about the Big 12, it's not one game, it's not 2 games. You got to watch all of them. If you're a Big 12 fan, you got to watch all of them to figure out what's going on. They're selling the TV package this weekend on the Big 12. We have 7 games that you have to watch to see who's going to be playing our title game.
You look at the teams in contention. Colorado's got Oklahoma State. Arizona State has Arizona. And then Iowa State has Kansas State. So it's a tough one. They try to get Arnold Barnes there down to the 2-yard line.
BYU caps it off at night. That none of them play each other. That's the amazing thing. You have all these 6-2 conference teams. None of them play each other this final week.
Which means
we could have all 7-2. We could have all 6-3s.
Now, if they all go 7-2, Iowa State, Arizona State play for the Big 12 championship. That much of the scenario I know. If you get into the chaos and the math, don't ask. There'll be someone Jeremy Mills is our tiebreaker aficionado at ESPN. He'll help us out. Mensa trying to help himself out, just throws it out of the back of the end zone.
There is a pass.
But look, and John Sumrall, he's an up-and-coming coach, 42 years old, been here for 11 months. He's always going to be a hot name out there. And he told us this week, and he was very steadfast about it. He's like, I haven't talked playoff. I haven't talked American Championship. I talked to them about how Memphis looks like an SEC team, and we need to win this ball game.
And then because of the talent, they talk about how great a looking team they are, and we knew that with Memphis, the talent they have. They've shown they've played that way. But he better get everything turned around, because next week, an Army win at UTSA on Saturday, these guys, this Tulane team will be heading to West Point for a championship game.
A jump ball in the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown Tulane. That is Shaz Preston. So now, extra point. It's going to make it a 10-point game, and the onside kick is on the way.
And these are situations, you're talking to the team, as we've said, they have a lot to play for. They have a championship game next week. They want to finish this game in every situation the right way. We're going to see if we can execute an onside kick right here and make this a little bit interesting at the end.
So here comes the hands team after Shaz Preston.
Really nice job. One-on-one on the fade. Takes his time at the line to try to win at the line of scrimmage. Great throw by Mensa. When he sees the leverage, that is receiver, as you put it on the outside, up high for him to catch the ball. Away from the DB. Ball placement beats every coverage, Matt. Davion Ross is there in coverage, good coverage, but ball placement beats everything.
You wonder what would have been in this game had those turnovers inside the 10 not happened.
Yeah, you're talking
I mean,
two calls, yeah. Bang calls that could have gone either way. And the points off turnovers are the difference right now.
The Yokeith Brown fumble where we didn't know if he made a football move and it could have been ruled incomplete. And then the Mario Williams one down towards the 7-yard line where it looked like it could have gone either way, but it was ruled a fumble on the field. There was not enough evidence to overturn it. So here comes the onside kick. Memphis got a look, and they'll use their first timeout.
Memphis, that's their first. It'll be 30 seconds.
Looks like they were gonna shift to the left, and Memphis is gonna draw up now and say, be ready for this shift. Let's see if they change the play called their onside kick play on the next timeout.
We got the college football weekend started today. College game day will get the Saturday started. Live from Texas A&M. First time since 2011. Texas and Texas A&M will meet its first spot in the SEC Championship. And if you don't know how much these two programs and fan bases hate each other, you're about to learn a lot during that college game day. It is a deep-rooted, great state of Texas rivalry. So the onside attempt, easy money for Kobe Drake. And so the knee will do it. Let this be a harbinger for everybody out there that's got a game this weekend. You know, coaches are saying it, guys, anything is possible. Now, having said that, I don't want to make this sound like a monumental upset because Memphis is a damn good football team, and they have been all year. They were 2 touchdown underdogs, which was a bit surprising.
That's the surprise. Yeah, I don't know that anybody that has followed this conference all year long and looked at these teams from beginning to end is calling this, it is an upset, but not a big one. This was really what people expected to be the top 2 teams in the league all year.
Is Mario Anderson going to add more to it? Now remember, if Army beats UTSA, Army will host the American Conference Championship game against Tulane. So that's what's at stake.
Timeout.
And now it'll go to a knee.
It'll be 30 seconds.
With Tulane having 2 timeouts, they could have forced Memphis to not take the knee. Now you're just gonna, I would imagine, you're just gonna see the knee here. from Ryan Silverfield and take the celebration and go home. But rivalry games, you never know. Some of these coaches get a little antsy. Say, I want more points.
Yeah, I think
we saw that in the game last week. Instead of taking a knee, we ran Ohio State ran 3 quarterback sneaks to try to run up the score.
But how about the American Conference? By the way, Memphis wins tonight. It'll be their first win against an AP top 20 team since Cincinnati in 2019. But a lot of the story of the American this year has been this Tulane team, and it's been Army, right?
Yeah.
They're throwing out another 10-win team here in Memphis.
Yeah. I mean,
it's been a great year for the league.
Great year for the league.
Navy came out strong.
I mean, and you're a great, icing the cherry on top, really, of the career of Seth Hennigan and what he's accomplished here. Set the conference all-time passing leader in tonight's game. It's going to be exciting. This could be a new Thanksgiving night rivalry. There's been one the last 10 years that's been played as a Thanksgiving night rivalry, not played.
Yeah,
these guys might have to jump on this tradition and take this game.
So Memphis starts the college football weekend off with an upset, as Tulane will still play for the American Conference Championship. As we count down to the final seconds here, giving Memphis their first back-to-back 10-win seasons in program history. Our final Thursday night broadcast of the year. We want to thank everyone who rode on the Thursday night football journey with us. Industry night is always one of our favorite nights, and it's been another fun season out here on the road.
Oh, had a great time. We've had a great time from sports centers during the day to the Thursday night games. We have such a great crew, everybody on the crew. We have a great time and wrapped it off with a fantastic game tonight. And maybe we'll keep this crew together for one bowl game or something.
Maybe we'll run something else out and have a condiment to rub on a sandwich. For Harry Lyles on the field, Joe Taylor produced it, Jason Greenberg kept Roman Stadiums. For Dan Mullen, I'm Matt Berry. Happy Thanksgiving as we send it to Sports Center.